Have you ever heard of Hamdi Ulukaya? Probably not. But every time someone in America opens a cup of Chobani yogurt, they're tasting the result of one man's insane journey, from a tiny Turkish village to building a multi-billion-dollar brand, with no business degree, no investors, and no experience. This is not just a business story. It's a story of grit, risk, kindness, and how doing things differently can make all the difference. Hamdi was born in 1972 in a small village in eastern Turkey. His family were Kurdish dairy farmers. They raised sheep and goats and made cheese and yogurt the old-fashioned way. He didn't grow up with wealth, connections, or opportunity. He grew up with work, hard work. As a kid, he herded animals and helped with cheese making before school. In the 1990s, he moved to Ankara to study political science, but his heart wasn't in politics. He was more drawn to food, tradition, and quality. In 1994, with just a few $100s in his pocket, he moved to the United States to study English. He had no plans, no backup, no clear future. Just a belief that life could be different. While living in upstate New York, Hamdi noticed something strange. He couldn't find the kind of thick, rich yogurt he'd grown up eating. American yogurt just wasn't the same. So he started making his own. In 2002, he launched a small feta cheese company called Euphrates. Then one day in 2005, he saw a flyer. A large craft yogurt factory nearby was shutting down. They were selling everything for cheap. Most people ignored it. Hamdi drove there, walked through the empty halls, and made a wild decision. He would buy the entire factory. $1 million decision, with money he didn't have. He took out an SBA loan, maxed out every line of credit he could find, and hired 4 ex-Kraft employees to help him figure it out. Hamdi had one big idea: to bring real yogurt, Greek style, no preservatives, rich in flavor, to American shelves. He named the company Chobani, which means shepherd in Turkish. No marketing firm, no focus groups, no fancy investors, just one immigrant, a handful of employees, and a mission: better food for more people. It took 2 years of non-stop work. They perfected the recipe, redesigned packaging, and finally, in 2007, launched the first cups of Chobani yogurt. They started selling in small stores, and people loved it. Then Target, then Costco, then Walmart. By 2012, Chobani was the top-selling yogurt in the country, a billion-dollar company, born in a bankrupt factory built by an immigrant who just refused to quit. Here's the part that really sets Hamdi apart. He didn't forget where he came from. As Chobani grew, he hired refugees and immigrants. He opened factories in economically struggling towns. He started the Tent Foundation to help displaced people around the world. And in 2016, he shocked corporate America by giving 10% of Chobani's shares, worth hundreds of millions, to his employees. His motto? The way to make money is to make a difference. Hamdi Ulukaya didn't start with wealth. He didn't have a business plan, a network, or an MBA. What he had was a vision, a work ethic, and the courage to say yes when others said crazy. If he could do it, a Kurdish shepherd turned billionaire CEO, maybe the path to success isn't reserved for the privileged after all. Maybe it just starts with believing it's possible.